So I started consciously trying to get in more protein. And this is coming from somebody who has 4 years had to heal her relationship with food, fitness, body image, and numbers, and just like everything that goes along with that. I still don't track numbers either, to be honest with you. If anything, I'm keeping track of, or just like a rough guesstimate of how much protein and fiber I'm getting in a day. And I follow like an adjacent version of intuitive eating, really, but it's just whatever I've found works best for me and my clients in the past. And it's all based around my burnout recovery experiment. And I'll talk more about that later, but it's a freebie I've got down below. But I've been trying to get in consciously like more protein. And I'm talking about like 100 to 120 grams compared to like before when it was 180 to 200 grams of protein. I was trying to get in a day. Understandably why I don't want to do that anymore. But there's a few things that I had actually forgotten about when it comes to increasing your protein compared to like what the average person gets, which is like maybe 50 or 60 if we're lucky. But there's a few things that I had forgotten. One from my bro days and two from like my actual healing journey with like my relationship with food in general. So if you're upping your protein or thinking, am I getting enough? Like this video is for you. And stick around until the end and I'll show you my new favorite like post-workout snack. It's super simple, but we'll make it together as well. Starting off, protein farts. They are real, they are there, and I have noticed that it's mostly with eggs, specifically hard-boiled eggs, and protein powder, which I am starting to get more of. So it could be a gut biome issue, it could be just like digestion in general, but overall you most likely will have to deal with some kind of protein fart. Which again, not the most ideal thing, but it comes with the territory and you just got to get used to it, or I guess go to the doctor. You'll also realize that you have a lot more energy when you are getting in enough protein. And this can come from like energy for your workouts or energy throughout the day. And you'll also realize you have like energy to actually want to invest into your health, especially since you are putting like the time, effort, energy, and like money if you are investing a little bit more of that into like trying to get in your protein and health in general. Also, you're going to feel a lot more satiated, and with that comes a double-edged sword. One, because you are getting more protein, and protein is a lot more satiating, but also with satiating your hunger, you're going to realize just how often you snack out of habit. And this is where the burnout recovery experiment really comes in handy, because it helps you kind of keep track of what you're eating, not necessarily in like number form, but just like I would put this down and say like, I'm feeling really good and this made me really happy. And I noticed I'm not as hungry later on. And it just helps you be more conscious of what you're eating, how it's making you feel, and how you're feeling at the end of it too. So if you are interested, definitely check that link out down below. Totally free. I'll put it in the description. But again, you start realizing that you're not actually hungry. You might just be used to snacking. Like it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you normally have your like daily pop, or you open your drawer of snacks, or you go like scavenging around to try and find something to eat. So normally you'd be hungry, but now you're not. So you have to try and deal with that. And that's also one of those things where it starts like healing your relationship with food, is it no longer is trying to hit like a certain number or something is good or bad. It comes down to how you're feeling, the goals that you're wanting to achieve, and how food can play a healthy habit in helping you achieve that goal. Oh, side note also, if you're hungry, you might also be thirsty because that's your body just trying to tell you that it is lacking in something. So if you get to like, I'll just call myself and my boyfriend out. Sometimes we have like 2 cups of coffee a day, and if we're really busy or if he's got a lot of meetings or I've just been really focused on a project, like it'll be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're like, why do we have this massive headache? Oh, we haven't moved at all or had any water besides coffee and an energy drink. Those are the really bad days, but not one of those like unhealthy, I'm hungry, so just eat an apple. Or like if you don't want to eat an apple, you're not actually hungry. Or the whole like just drink water and then you're going to not feel full, or you're not going to feel hungry anymore. Like no, you might actually be hungry, or you might actually just need water too. So that's, again, burnout recovery experiment helps you kind of track and make those points. And when you start investing in your health, you start noticing like the unhealthy things. Now, I'm not talking about food, but I'm talking about like the time consumers or the mental consumers, or the things that just add to your stress. And this could be like scrolling obsessively and listening to all of the noise on the internet. Like, of course, it's good to stay informed, but there is a balance of helping you so you can help others, and like tearing you apart so you can't do anything at all ever again. So you're going to start noticing like what consumes your energy, what you no longer want consuming your energy, and what you actually notice is giving you energy and time. And once you do start noticing those things that no longer serve you, you start cutting them out, and then you notice you have a lot of extra time. So then it comes to, what are you going to do at that time? Are you going to do beneficial things like going for walks or exploring hobbies or taking care of yourself or just investing in more creative, enjoyable things like buying yourself flowers, because you couldn't do that because you had too much, you were too busy, but really you were just scrolling for hours and hours and hours. And we don't want to admit it, but it is true. And it's a hard habit to break, but it is good to notice. Now that we're done, this is my post-workout snack. I have an apple. I do Red Delicious because I love Red Delicious. And then all of this is from Aldi's mostly. Apples are from Aldi's. Non-fat Greek yogurt. I do vanilla because I want it to taste good. And then I get whey protein blend from Aldi. It's like $19. It's 30 grams of protein, and it actually has like, 2 grams of creatine. So don't think of this as like a steroid. Creatine is actually just good for you in general, from like brain health to recovery to, I know my dad liked it because he noticed it helped his joints out. So it could be a placebo effect, but this is a super good deal. And you get 19 servings for like $19. And then peanut butter. I just had Skippy because I had high hopes that I was going to make a dessert for Christmas. And it is the end of February going into March. And I obviously did not. And we just ran out of the peanut butter that we normally get from Aldi. So that's my little snack. Take an apple, dip it in. It's nice and fluffy. It's not super gritty. I usually use like half a scoop of this, maybe like 2.5 spoonfuls of this. And this is maybe like a little dipping bowl or an appropriate bowl. So it's super good. It's sweet, it's delicious, and it keeps me very satiated until lunchtime. So again, once you get to a point where you're no longer accepting your reality as how it is and you want to start making those healthier changes, you begin to become more aware and conscious of how your body is reacting and living in the world as well. And it's not trying to fight you or sabotage you or keep you from your goals. Your body is literally trying to keep you alive. That's its main goal. So if you feel like it's fighting you, it's trying to tell you something, and what you're doing is not benefiting it for the long term, and it's just trying to counteract it. And again, the burnout recovery experiment can help you kind of see all of that. It is very general, but it is a great starting point. You can check that out in the description down below. If you did like this video, then I would definitely check out this next one because YouTube says you would like it. And as we know, we are on here enough that it probably is correct. And I'll see you there. Bye.